So the essence of this lesson is to practice what's preposition, master the core building blocks of English grammar, meaning types, usage, and exam success strategies. Okay. So before we proceed, let's look at this sentence below. Choose the best word. Oh, that's already been done. The book is dash the table. The book is on the table. Don't mind my slide. It has already been clicked. Yeah, the book is on the table. So that's what we are going to do here now. The goal of this lesson is to learn exactly what prepositions are and why we use them in daily English conversation and exams. The goal of this lesson is to learn what prepositions are, why we use them in daily English conversation and exam. Secondly, is to recognize the three key types of preposition. That's the words place, time, and direction instantly. The third one is to master exam, solve 20 authentic entrance exam questions with 100% accuracy and speed. So let's dive deeper. What is preposition? A preposition is a word that shows the relationship between a noun or pronouns and another word in the sentence. Whenever we have a sentence, sometimes we can have the noun, pronoun, adjectives, other word frames. So there is need for us to connect them together. So to do this, we always use the word prepositions to join these words to show their relationship, to show their relationship together. You want to use them to show their relationship between one another. For example, when you want to show the relationship of the word, like for location, we use what on. For space, we use in, like in the room. To show position, it can be under under the chair. So that's what we want to explore. So what they do is what they tell us where something or someone is located. Where something or someone is located. For example, inside an enclosed space, we use what's in. Whenever we have an enclosed place, you use what's in to represent that. On is for what's touching a surface on the wall, on the table. Under is below what something. Beside is what's next to something. That's beside me, next to me. Some people use them interchangeably. Beside are, next to are, they are the same. Can you type a sentence using beside or under in the chat box? Type a sentence using beside or under in the chat box. I'd like you to type a sentence using beside or under. The phone is beside her. The pen is under the table. Yeah, someone said that, how do we know under is wrong? It literally depends on the sentence. Under is a correct word. It is a preposition used when something is what? In a lower position than another things. So it literally depends on the sentence. For example, you can say, like someone said, let me use your example. The pen is what? Under the table. That is, the pen is lower, the lower end of the table. So that's the position of the pen, like it's under. Under is a correct word, is a preposition used when something is what? Lower. However, under can be wrong if it does not what? Match the meaning of the sentence. So that's why I always tell you that it's imperative you check the context. The meaning of the sentence will denote if you can use under as a preposition for the sentence or you can't. Thank you. Thank you, Moi. The pen is under the table. Good. Okay. I understand why you're asking the questions because sometimes it's always important you memorize some preposition words together so that there are some words that we use together, some phrases we use together. So it's always important you practice preposition as much as you can. At is used for what? An exact clocks, an exact clock time and precise what moment. Whenever you have a clock time, for example, at 5 p.m., at night, at noon, so you tend to what? Use at because it's talking about what? A specific time. It's a specific what? Time. However, on is used for days and dates. Used for specific calendar days and full dates. Please pay attention to that. On Monday, on May 12th, on September 28th, in is used for what? Longer duration. When you have a longer duration, used for years, months, century, and seasons. Whenever you have longer duration, you tend to use in 2026, in December, in summer. So let's do a quick chat challenge. Which preposition goes with what? 2026? Type at, on, or in. In, yeah. I said earlier that in is used for what? Years, months, century, and reasons for long periods. So 2026 is what? A year, which is what? A long period, which is in. You cannot use on for that. So kindly pay attention to these rules. Let's move on to the one for direction. Preposition of direction. They express what? Movement from one place to another. Two, movement towards a specific what? Destination or goal. She went to school. Where did she go to? She went to school. School is what? Destination. The destination. So the movement there is what? The movement towards that destination, you use what? To. Movement entering inside a space or container, you use what? Into. He jumped into the pool. Movement leading onto a surface, that would be what? Onto. The cat climbed onto what? The roof. You know, the roof is a surface. Can you type your sentence using what? Into in the chat box? Whenever you are entering inside a space or a container, you use into. So kindly type your own sentence using into in the chat box. The teacher entered into the classroom. I really love how you're coming up with your sentences. Thank you, Moi. Nifesi, she stepped into the room. Very correct. That's awesome. Okay, let's spot the mistake together. I was born on 2010. Why is this incorrect? Can someone unmute themselves? Can someone unmute his or herself? I was born on 2010. We meet in 5 p.m. I want you to teach me. I think the lesson is about to finish. Possibly we are going to create another link just to end this. She walked at the room. Why is this correct as well? So I would need a volunteer to tell me why the first one is incorrect, why the second one and the third one. Okay, let me see if I can quickly create a link.